You have something very valuable inside you, something unique that not everyone has. And no, I'm not talking about money, status, or looks. I'm talking about your energy. Your energy is what gets you out of bed in the morning, excited for the day. It's what makes you dream, create, evolve, and grow. It's what makes you feel alive. And you know what's even sadder? There are people who steal your energy. Some do it on purpose. Others don't even realize they're draining everything out of you. Now I want you to think of someone in your life. That person who, whenever you talk to them or spend time around them, it feels like the world gets heavier. It's like, out of nowhere, your mood shifts, your patience disappears, and your mind fills with negative thoughts. Maybe it's someone in your family, a friend, a coworker, and the scariest part, it could even be someone you love. But before you freak out, I want to tell you something. You can identify these people, and you can protect yourself. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. If you feel like your energy is being drained, like you're surrounded by people who suck the peace out of you, stick with me until the end. Because I'm going to teach you how to identify them, how to protect yourself, and how to take your energy back. Your energy goes way beyond the physical. It's in your emotions, your mind, and your inner strength. And some people, whether consciously or unconsciously, feed off that energy. Let me break this down for you. Think of your body like a phone. You wake up in the morning with a full battery. But as the day goes on, different things drain that battery. Work, responsibilities, worries. That's normal. But what if I told you that some people can drain your entire battery in just a few minutes? They don't just take your energy. They suck out your vitality, your joy, and your peace. These people don't need to yell, argue, or treat you badly. Some do it with just a look, with subtle words, with small actions. But they slowly break you down from the inside. Not all energy vampires act the same way. There are different types. And in just a moment, I'll show you the main ones so you can learn to identify them quickly. But first, there's something very important you need to understand. The signs that someone is draining your energy. Do you feel exhausted after talking to this person, even if it was a short conversation? Does your mood change drastically after seeing them? Do you feel emotional weight, anxiety, sadness, or irritation for no clear reason? Are you always giving, listening, supporting, yet never receiving anything in return? Do you feel trapped, unable to distance yourself even though you know this relationship is harming you? If you answered yes to one or more of these questions, that's a major red flag. By now, you already know something is wrong. You've noticed that certain people drain your energy and leave you feeling exhausted. But how do you know exactly who's doing it? Some of these people are obvious. Others are so subtle that you don't even notice. To help you see things more clearly, I'm going to show you the main types of energy vampires. Pay close attention, because you might be surrounded by more than one of them. Some people just can't see anything good anywhere. If something is going well, they find a problem. If you're happy, they remind you of what could go wrong. If you share something positive, they respond with doubt and fear. These people are called chronic pessimists. Unfortunately, they don't realize the weight they carry or how much of it they spread around. And before you even notice, that negativity seeps into your mind, draining your lightness and leaving you exhausted. The emotional manipulator is more dangerous because they don't attack you directly. They use guilt, emotional blackmail, and victimhood to make you give in. You always feel like you owe them something, like you're never doing enough, like you have to help, support, and always be available, even when it's destroying you. Little by little, your energy is no longer yours. It belongs to them. And the worst part? Most of the time, you don't even realize you're being manipulated. At first, they just seem like someone who needs support. But over time, you start to notice they can't make decisions on their own. They don't solve their own problems. They don't move forward without you. They latch onto your energy as if it's their only source of strength. And the more you give, the more they take. Until one day you look back and realize you've been carrying the weight of 2 lives on your shoulders. And the worst part? You feel guilty just thinking about stepping away. The aggressive and toxic type is the easiest to recognize, but not always the easiest to get away from. They put you down, criticize you, and make you feel small. Maybe they do it with harsh words. Maybe they disguise it as jokes. But deep down, you feel it. You know it. Every time this person is around, your energy crashes. They don't just drain your strength. They destroy your self-esteem and make you doubt your own worth. These people can be anywhere. They can be colleagues, family members, or friends, and they can be so close to you that you've gotten used to their weight. But there's one thing that never lies: your own body, your own energy. Right now, I want you to forget everything we've talked about for a moment. Just focus on how you feel, because the most effective way to identify who's draining your energy isn't by analyzing their behavior. It's by paying attention to how you feel around them. Your mind might ignore the signs, but your body never lies. So how do you know if someone is draining your energy? This is the first and most important sign. After talking to or spending time with someone, do you feel light or heavy, energized or exhausted, motivated or drained? If every time you're around someone you walk away feeling a weight you can't explain, that's no coincidence. You feel sudden exhaustion, even though you haven't done anything physically demanding. Your mind feels cluttered and overwhelmed, like you're carrying an invisible burden. Your mood shifts. You were fine before, but now you feel irritated, discouraged, or sad. That's a red flag. Your energy is being drained. Beyond how you feel, there are clear behaviors that indicate someone is draining your energy. Pay attention if this person makes everything about them. Their problems, their struggles, their complaints, is never satisfied no matter how much you help, advise, or try to uplift them. Constantly brings negativity, sharing heavy stories, complaining, or bringing drama. Makes you feel guilty, responsible, or obligated to always be there for them. If you recognize one or more of these signs, don't ignore it. This person is draining you. Over time, being around these people doesn't just drain your energy in the moment. It shapes your emotional state, changes the way you think, and lowers your vibration. You may start to notice that. You absorb their negativity, even without meaning to. Your patience and motivation wear out faster than before. You lose enthusiasm for things that used to bring you joy, and if this cycle isn't broken, you might end up becoming a burned-out version of yourself, affecting your personal and spiritual growth. This is the most serious part. When your energy is constantly drained, it doesn't just make you tired. It starts paralyzing your life. You can't move forward because you're always exhausted and unmotivated. Your goals get pushed aside because there's always something or someone holding you back. Your faith, peace, and mental clarity get buried under the emotional weight of these relationships. And the question is, how long are you going to allow this? In the next section, you'll learn how to protect yourself from these people without guilt, without stress, and without needing to argue or create conflict. Because protecting your energy isn't selfish. It's necessary. Now listen to me. Like I told you at the beginning of this video, you have something incredibly valuable inside you. Something unique. Something not everyone has. And no, I'm not talking about money, status, or looks. I'm talking about your energy. Your energy is what makes you wake up in the morning excited for life. It's what makes you dream, create, evolve, and grow. It's what makes you feel alive. And you know what's even sadder? Some people have already lost that. They've spent so much time being drained that they no longer feel the strength to do anything. But not you. If you're here, listening to this right now, it means you still have your energy, and you can protect it, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you now. Here's a truth that most people don't understand. If you don't set boundaries, no one will do it for you. People won't just stop draining you on their own. They won't suddenly realize it, feel guilty, and change. If you don't say enough, they'll keep taking as much as they can. So, How do you set boundaries? Stop justifying yourself. You don't need an excuse to walk away from what harms you. Don't over-explain. A simple, "I can't right now" is enough. Don't feel guilty. Your energy is worth more than other people's opinions. If someone gets offended because you set a boundary, it's because they were benefiting from your lack of one. Learning to say no without guilt is one of the biggest challenges for people who are used to giving, listening, helping, and sacrificing themselves without limits. But here's the truth. Saying no to others is often saying yes to yourself. And if that sounds selfish, think about this. How can you help others if you're always exhausted? How can you be your best self if you have no energy left? How can you build the life you deserve if you're always putting other people's needs before your own? Your time and energy are limited. Use them wisely. Beyond saying no and setting boundaries, you need to create an invisible shield to protect your energy every day. Here are 3 powerful techniques to do that. The mental shield. Before interacting with people who drain your energy, visualize a barrier of light around you. Imagine that nothing they say or do can pass through it. The silent distancing. You don't have to cut people off suddenly. Just reduce the time and intensity of interactions. Respond less, take longer to reply, politely redirect conversations. The emotional disconnection. When someone starts overwhelming you, mentally detach from the situation. Take a deep breath. Don't absorb it. Don't get emotionally involved in their drama. These small changes make a huge difference in protecting your spiritual and mental energy. Now, you might be asking yourself, what if the person draining my energy is someone really close to me, someone you can't just cut out of your life? In that case, you need strategic distancing. Don't overshare your personal life with this person. Keep interactions short and to the point. Don't match their energy. If they complain, don't reinforce their negativity. Prioritize environments that recharge you. Spend time in nature, enjoy silence, and make time for yourself. You don't have to be cruel. You don't have to create enemies. You just have to choose your peace over their chaos and keep your spiritual energy elevated. Now that you know how to protect yourself, let's take it a step further. Here's something you need to understand. Your energy doesn't just come from your body or your mind. It comes from your soul, and when you feel drained, when it seems like something is sucking the life out of you, it's not just your motivation that's running low, it's your connection with God. I know this because I've been there. There was a time when I felt drained all the time. I tried to protect myself. I tried to ignore it. But nothing seemed to work, and it was only when I turned to God that I realized the problem wasn't just external. It was internal. I wasn't feeding my soul, my friends. And if you don't feed your soul, anyone can come in and take what's left of you. Have you ever noticed that when you're spiritually strong, nothing shakes you? When your faith is solid, you may go through challenges, but you don't feel broken inside, because God sustains you. But when you're far from Him, everything gets to you. Negative words hurt you more. Toxic people affect you more than they should. You feel lost, drained, and unmotivated. So, how do you strengthen this spiritual connection? Pray before leaving your house. Before stepping into the world, connect with God. Ask for discernment to see who shouldn't be near you. Not everyone who smiles at you wants the best for you. Read the Word. The Bible is the greatest spiritual protection manual that exists. Ask God to surround you with the right people. The wrong friendships can drain your energy faster than anything else. There is no greater shield than being under God's protection. Now, here's a powerful spiritual truth. The people around you influence your spiritual energy more than you realize. If you're constantly around people who complain non-stop, live in sin, mock your faith, what happens? You start absorbing that energy. Your faith starts to weaken. Your peace starts to fade. But when you surround yourself with people who carry light, who uplift you, who bring you closer to God, your energy naturally strengthens. So take a moment and reflect. Who are the closest people in your life? Do they build you up or drain you? After talking to them, do you feel closer to or further from God? Do your relationships lift you up or pull you down? If someone in your life is dimming your light, maybe it's time to create some distance. And if you feel alone on this journey, ask God to send the right people. He never leaves us without support. But it's up to us to choose who has access to our energy. Here's something no one tells you. Your energy won't strengthen itself. You need to nurture it every single day, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Small daily habits can completely shift your spiritual and emotional frequency. Start your day with God. Before grabbing your phone or checking social media, say a prayer. The first thing you let into your mind in the morning sets the tone for your entire day. Listen to worship music or uplifting songs. What you listen to directly impacts your spirit. Fast from what drains you. If something in your life is stealing your peace, whether it's a habit, a person, or an environment, step away from it for a while and see how your energy changes. Gratitude shifts your energy instantly. Every day, write down at least 3 things you're grateful for. Trust me, this makes a massive difference. Now, here's a crucial point. If you don't know who you are in God, anyone can define your identity for you. If you don't understand your worth, anyone can tear you down. If you don't know your purpose, any path will seem acceptable. If you don't recognize your energy, anyone can steal it from you. So take some time to reflect. Who am I? Beyond what others say about me. What does God say about me in His Word? Am I living according to my purpose or just going through the motions? If my energy were a bank account, who's depositing and who's withdrawing? The more you know yourself and align with God's purpose for you, the more protected you become from anything that tries to weaken you. Now the choice is yours. You can keep letting your energy be drained, or you can rise up, reconnect with God, and take back control of your strength. And the truth is, no one can do this for you. But when you make this decision, when you choose to strengthen your spiritual, emotional, and mental energy, something shifts. You stop feeling drained, you gain clarity about who should stay and who should leave your life. You feel an inner strength that no one can take away because now your energy is no longer vulnerable. It's protected by your awareness, by your self-knowledge, and most importantly, by God. There are so many people being drained, feeling exhausted, not even realizing what's happening to them. Maybe a friend of yours? Maybe someone in your family? So send this video to someone who needs to hear this. Share this message and help more. People protect themselves, strengthen themselves, and reconnect with God. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more content like this. Right here on the screen, I'm leaving another video that expands on this topic, and I know it will help you even more. So click on it now and keep going on this journey. May God bless you and your family, and I'll see you in the next video.